Hi, friends, family, business associates. I'm recording this to give you some insight into what's really going on out there in the Las Vegas real estate market. It isn't always what it seems in Las Vegas real estate. The media doesn't always portray the information accurately. They sell it more with a dramatic flair to it. But I want to give you some information from an insider's point of view, someone who's out there in the market every day looking at houses, negotiating with banks on short sales, meeting with new home builders, and talking with mortgage lenders. So there are a few things that I wanted to share with you today to help clear up some of the misconceptions that are out there and just help you understand exactly what is happening and what is available to buyers and sellers right now. So the tax credits for first-time home buyers and move-up buyers. What's going on with that? Tax credits. What's going on with short sales right now? What's going on in the new home market? And what are some basic statistics about Las Vegas right now that you might not have known before? So, the tax credit. The tax credit available for first-time home buyers is still available. Today is April 23rd. We have 7 days left for a buyer to sign a purchase contract with a seller to be eligible for the tax credit. Now, the tax credit is actually 10% of the purchase price up to $8,000. And of course, there are income limitations and other qualification criteria that you need to talk to your trusted CPA about. But it's up to $8,000, and yes, it is available for a lot of Americans. The $6,500 credit for move-up buyers is for someone who already owns a home, but is buying a larger or better home. So the basic criteria are you need to sign a purchase contract by the end of this month. You need to close escrow by the end of June. That's difficult to do with short sales. It's also semi-difficult in regards to bank-owned properties too. So what is the option for cashing in on the new home credit now? Well, it's new homes. Let me explain. The new home builders in Las Vegas have become very, very competitive. They've learned that they have to drop their dollar per square foot price in order to compete with bank-owned houses and short sale houses. So the builders in Las Vegas are doing everything they can to attract buyers back to the new home market, and it's working. Builders are offering to pay all of the buyers' closing costs. They're willing to give you free upgrades. Some are willing to give 30-year fixed interest rates at 4.5% or better sometimes. There are also cases where a first-time home buyer can actually walk into a property with zero money down. Now, there are two programs that I'm aware of that can facilitate that kind of transaction. One is the Nevada State First-Time Homebuyer Program. That is a $4,500 second mortgage that helps a buyer cover their down payment in an FHA loan. The second is a program put on by the Nevada Rural Housing Authority. It is a grant of 3% of the purchase price, which can help cover most of the buyer's down payment. So if a first-time home buyer is utilizing the builder incentives, one of these first-time home buyer down payment assistance programs, and they take advantage of the tax credit, they walk into a property with no money down and they receive an $8,000 tax credit. So you can make money by buying a home in America right now. How about that? So with that being said, let me move on to a little bit about short sales. What's going on in the short sale market for sellers who are upside down? 85% of Las Vegas homes are upside down right now. Short sales are getting easier. Let me explain the basic options when it comes to an upside down homeowner. You can walk away from your house and foreclose. You can, in essence, give the house back through a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Or you can try a short sale. Now, a short sale is basically selling the house to a buyer for fair market value, which is less than what is owed on the property. Selling the house short of what is owed. Short sales up until now have traditionally taken 6 months, more, sometimes a year. I've had one take 13 months. But they are starting to be faster, they're starting to get better, banks are starting to put more systems in place, hire more staff, put things in place that helps the process along for all parties involved. Also, on April 5th, the Obama administration rolled out a new program called HAFA, Home Affordable Foreclosure Alternatives Program. It is a supplement to the HAMP program, the Home Affordable Modification Program from last year that failed. Which are both part of the Making Home Affordable plan. So all these plans and plans and plans, are they working? Who knows, but there's a new one now to play with. It's called HAFA, and it promises faster short sale turnaround times, less hassle from the banks during a short sale, full release of liability from the seller of a short sale, and a $3,000 moving incentive credit that sellers of short sales get. So I know I'm talking about a lot of information here. If anything piques your interest, please email me and I'd love to have a more in-depth conversation with you. There are obviously a lot of details in regards to all these different topics, and YouTube only gives me 10 minutes to talk here, so I'm skimming over the most important things. My main point is I wanted to give you some insight into what's going on, and if anything that I say is curious to you, just please call me or email and we'll go more into depth. So what is the median price right now in Las Vegas? It's $120,000 for resale homes, that is. For new homes, the median sales price is $206,000. We are in a seller's market. It is not a buyer's market. The buyers don't get to offer whatever they want on properties. When we're out looking at properties with a buyer, it's fierce competition out there. Every property that's available typically has multiple offers on it, and there's typically a bidding war on almost everything that's out there. Now, it's considered a seller's market. How do we determine that? Well, if no new properties were listed on the market at our current rate of absorption, in 2.8 months, every single house on the market would be sold. And the experts say, and the economists say, that anything under 3 months of inventory is considered a seller's market or a hot market. We're at 2.8 months of supply right now in the MLS. So again, if no new listings were listed in the MLS right now, in 2.8 months, all the homes would be sold in Las Vegas. That's a hot market. There are not a lot of listings out there. There's fierce competition. With that, 50% of all purchases out there are all cash buyers. What does that mean? Investors are back. Investors have descended upon Las Vegas. They've realized that the prices are incredibly low and rents are typically above mortgage payment costs now. So you can make positive cash flow in most situations. 50% of all sales are cash. That's why most of the competition out there is so hard to beat when you're making a financing offer on a bank-owned property. So with all this activity, why aren't prices going up? Well, a few things. One of the main reasons is appraisals. The appraisers are extremely conservative. Appraisers are still considering Las Vegas to be a declining market, and they're keeping values very, very tight. Are we declining? I don't personally believe so. Are we appreciating? I don't believe so either. I think we're relatively stable. I follow some economists who track our market, and since April of 2009, the Las Vegas median sales price has been fluctuating between $120,000 and $125,000 for 1 year now. That seems like a trend to me. So I believe that Las Vegas is stable, relatively stable. That doesn't mean that certain areas or neighborhoods are still declining, or certain neighborhoods actually are appreciating again based on all the activity. But Las Vegas as a general market, I think, is relatively stable. How long will it be stable for? Who knows? Another year, another 2 years? And then we may see some appreciation in 2012 or 2013. Can't say for sure. All that I do know is that it's busy out there. There are some great deals. Mortgage interest rates are still relatively low. They're in the low 5s. It's a great time to talk about buying a house. And for sellers, there are some great things now for short sales and some better things coming down the pipeline, we hope. So if anything I've said is of interest to you, please call me or email and we'll go into more depth. Thanks for watching.